Okay, here's another wild tour of how to make money trading Forex and without really killing yourself. This is what I'm doing here is 50 pip grid trading. I have orders in the market that are 25 to 50 pips deep, and they're timed out, so these orders will basically self-delete in 4 hours. So I'm coming up on a fill here. I got this whole bank here, and if this market can plunge back into this, it would be sweet, which is way down in 25 pips. I mean, I know it looks ridiculous to be buying down here, but this really does work. This is really how I pay the rent. Sadly enough, I mean, this is sadly that's how it goes. So I just have to pause the tape. Just pause the tape and come back to it here. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get the ultimate opportunity here to get on, so I'm going to have to buy this one at the market because I got a top bottom, and I'm on a 1 hour chart, and it's about to become the top of the hour, so I'm just going to jump on this one a little bit more because I jumped on it earlier with a buy at the market, which I just can't stand. But I'm looking to sell this dollar yen over here. So I basically got 3 grids running because MetaTrader only lets you put up these verticals. If you're MetaTrader 5, you can put up verticals all day long. You could put 6 up, but once you get to 4 on here, it's going to arrange it in a whole different manner. So if you're in a grid trade 25 pip, which is, this grid is 25 pips, but I put 50 pip handles in really big and fat because sometimes my orders are sitting on top of the handle and I can't see the order. So this is pretty severe trading for grid style, but I'm not really, like I said before, I'm not really grid trading it. I am half a grid trading it, so I'm only getting in if the market plunges into my order bank. So I'm only in a little bit of this New Zealand dollar right now, and I'm in quite a bit of well, actually I'm not in that much. I mean, some of these orders are so teeny tiny that I'm trading the bigger wave, but I'm scalping within the big waves. So I got some lingering orders in here, and so they're small in comparison to the orders that are pending to pick up if we retest. So I don't know if I'll retest, and since the dollar yen is in a ridiculous price zone and it's swinging really big, normally you couldn't trade that thing. There was a time when you wouldn't even think of trading it, but the New Zealand dollar gets a nice 25-50 pip spike, so I'm basically trying to make money off the spike because I can't trend trade it because it's too erratic, you know. No matter which moving average I would choose to put on this market, it would totally be destroyed. In other words, it looks beautiful, and then all of a sudden the market goes into this up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But if you notice on this chart that all the money, in my opinion, is on these 25 pip handles. In other words, when 50 pips, so see how big a deal this is right here. Look at the activity that happens on this this handle here. I mean, what's going on here? Come on, look at this. Look at the drama here. It's not a Fibonacci number. It's 93 cents. Think about it. It's 93 cents. So I bought here and scalped that. I started buying 50 pips deep. As long as you start buying 25 to 50 pips deep, I would say on Australia and New Zealand right now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but for right now, whatever the ATR is or all that nonsense, I have no idea. But whatever that is, whatever those numbers are, scalpable in this 25 pip situation. Now I'm really hoping this thing's going to plunge down here, but I have a baby top bottom, so I kind of had to buy at the market a little bit of it, because I do think that in the end, we're going to come all the way back up. I'll be switching time frames here, but I do think we're going to come, we're going to march all the way back up, just like gold. I think it's going to come all the way back up. And how it gets there, I'll make money on how it gets there, not that it gets there, or if it ever gets there, because I really don't care. Because I would say I'm 80% scalping the market, because how are you trading this? I mean, what moving average did you put on here where you were able to take advantage of selling here and getting back in down here? I mean, be serious. Like, your MACD crossed over here, so you bought, okay, and then you got stopped out because you ran to, so I had to stop, and then here you couldn't believe it went here, and you sold here because you were overbought on your MACD at divergence. Okay, you're killing me. So think about a 15-minute chart. Think about where you want to get in and out. Okay, I'm using a 30-minute chart. It depends, really. Right now, the market seems to be... Well, I go to the 1 hour. It's like the fulcrum center point. Good old 1 hour, right? And then, that's a nice pace, right? You can see here's the supply zone, or the buy zone, whatever you want to call it. Below this 91. This is like 200 pips here. 200 pips, 93 to 91. Here's so it's 50 pips on each of these gigundous handles. Actually, MetaTrader let me describe that as a 10 pip, a 10 pixel handle. I couldn't believe it. Let me put in. I probably could have put a number in there even bigger and get it like super fat, but just notice this bounce off this thing. You can't time the market? It seems like you can time the market. You can time and price the market. So look at how it hovers around here. Now here's the pivot. I'd definitely be a big buyer down here. Tremendous buyer down here, all the way to here. Of course, these orders disappear in 4 hours, so see, they just disappear. So now I throw another bank. I'm going to go in 50 pips deep. So if we get a psycho spike, I pick up this order. I pick up right in here. This is definitely buyers. If I want to really be ridiculous, say the news is coming out, I go, okay, like this, bring it on. Bring it. Bring it, because, okay, this whole tank job here, it looks like, yeah, okay, I got stopped out, but it's 50 pip handles, Okay, now if they plunge this down right here, pick up all this, oh, yeah, come on. And I buy 60 pips deep, right? See, like this. And then I'm going to buy 70. And then I'm going to buy here. I mean, this is all going to disappear in 4 hours. This is a 1 hour chart. You think the market get down there? If the market could do this, and then it bounces 25, 35 pips, then the market can do like this. 50 pips slam, 102% retrace. Okay, this is an auction trade here. Come in, grab all these tickets on this low. See, this is a 1-day auction. It comes down, grabs all those tickets, and what does it do? It comes all the way back up to here. Actually, on the candles, you can see it spiked through. So if you turn the candles on, see how it nicked it through there. Okay, so the stops there and the stops there, just grabbed them, just smash and grab. Like a house robbery, like smash and grab. Okay, so here's the Australian dollars tanking, and I got the New Zealand dollar as my my hedge. Here's New Zealand dollar coming back to the buy zone, coming back to this pivot. It's not Fibonacci. It's 25 pips. Okay, this is 25 pips. You want to buy here, you want to sell here. You want to buy here, you want to sell here, buy here, sell here. See, you don't care. Look at this. Look at how this respects the 50 pip handle. This is a round handle actually. This is not only a 50, but that's a round. See, here's the 50. Look at this. Look, it just loves that number. That's the trade window. See the trade window? And you can do the math on this. Look at that. Come right up into that. 1 hour. Bam. Top, bottom. That's the end of it. It's already, moving averages have already turned over. You know? There's 25 pips. See how that rolls? So we just gotta wait for this to come down and fill me. Gotta pay the rent again. So, you know, of course, people are selling off of this. Look how it bounced off this 50 handle. This, whatever, 25. No, this is, yeah, it's 25. But it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as I know this is 25, these big ones are 50. And I put the big ones in 50 so you could see the round ones. Well, 50 is a round number compared to 25. But this is the big deal, I think. And here's the trading zone. So if you're nailing this, you got a top, bottom at a round handle. Pull the trigger, bam, bam, 25 pips, bam. If you wanted to sell at the big 50 handle, here's the top, bottom here. You know, right at the 50 handle. You know, you're only risking a few pips here. You're a tight stop junkie. Turn on the candles. You know, you can't even see. Can't you see, right? See where the candles are. You're like, well, what happened at the bottom? I just saw. Oh, okay. See this double top, bottom double top. But you got. I wish I had a candle button. It's a MetaTrader. I need a hotkey for that because see how you would have had your stop. If you would have sold on the clock there, and then they would have might have nicked you, so you'd have to have your stop above that round handle. But yeah, as long as you keep it there. You know, look at this plunge-ola. So okay, I'm gonna have to pause it so I can see this thing get filled, because I seriously want to make $400 today, like so bad. After having to fix my car, oh my God, you know, why even have a car? That's what I'm saying. Okay, getting a serious, beautiful pullback here. Oh, just come down and hit me. In fact, it looks so good. I'm throwing some orders in, and then come back. Okay, so we almost came back to this 50 handle, so I was forced to buy at the market. They twisted my arm because we never came back into this thing, and that was just too fast of a down move, so I bought a little bit. I also bought a little bit, bought more here than I did the Australian dollar, because Australian dollar just never pulled back, just never gave me a chance to get on the train, so it's kind of a bummer. Because I really thought that was going to be the... Of course, this New Zealand dollar looks like it's got a bigger average true range to it, so it definitely has the ability to really move 25 pips in not too much time. This is a 1 hour pullback here. So go to the half hour, it looks a little more dramatic. See, now it looks like it is doable to come back into this down in here where these orders are. Of course, these orders are going to evaporate soon. And then I'm selling into the cloud here. I just love it when people are bullish. I can't wait to start selling. So I sold a little bit there. Well, I sold that earlier. That was 25 pips. Then another attempt at this 25 pip handle. Dollar yen, just sold a tiny bit, but got more sells up here, and I can readjust these as need be. Like if I think it's going to go up higher, I can just start moving these tickets that are already, you know, the MT4, when they first had this, it would actually lose the timestamp, but now it holds on to it. So if you think that's going up to the moon, then I'm definitely the guy that's going to be selling it. And let's see, go back to my New Zealand dollar here. So I think this is a good trade. We'll sit in this thing and just ride out the retracement of this. It's totally overdone, just baked like a, you know, just like a burnt pizza. It's how it's baked. So I'm looking for the retrace here.